This was going to be fun. My daughter, she lied to me. She was sadly mistaken, something like that. Anyway, I've meditated, I've stretched, I've chanted, I've prayed, and I still want to slap somebody.
Nancy's been my friend for 20 years or longer, it seems like. Nancy is a very health-conscious person. She works out, she eats right. So she's gonna be my champion.
You wanna go down that way?
You know what? We could even eat this. This is so good. I'm starving. Hamburger helper. Oh, yeah. Oh, coffee. Move, girl.
You can't have any of that either.
Ooh, that smells good.
The coffee's been the hardest part
We could have one bean.
of trying to give up.
You want to smell it? Come here.
And
Oh
every
my
time I
God.
pass Starbucks or every time I pass the coffee pot, it's like I'd start to reach for it.
Ooh, there's donuts and eclairs.
Get out of there. I'm leaving.
Mornings are the best. Evenings. You know, last night when the crew went out to dinner, they all went to Mexican. It's one of my favourites. They got no respect for me, of course. Going out and having Mexican, and I'm at home with a kale juice.
He'd say things are going well, Mum, and he'd say it's difficult sometimes when the crew were in the restaurants eating and he'd be sitting in the car, and I'd feel for him, and then I'd get off the phone and then I'd go to eat something and I'd find that very difficult because I'd think, oh my God, he's sitting in that car having some juice and I'm just about to get into a beautiful meal.
Got my juice. One thing I'm just totally stunned by is just how much energy I have by just drinking juice. Now I know I can't do this forever, so I'm hoping that this fast will be enough to reboot my system. And believe it or not, I'm actually looking forward to eating more fruits and vegetables. How are you, mate? My name's Joe.
Bill Staples?
How much driving do you have to do?
Oh,
How many miles a year would you do?
oh, anywhere close to 150,000.
150,000. I'm actually just doing my own little research. I'm trying to get myself well. I've got a medical condition which I'm trying to cure.
I'm this big because of steroids and driving.
For what? What's the issue?
It's called urticarious vasculitis.
Yeah, urticaria. That's what I got.
And your immune system's overactive?
Yeah.
Same here.
Well, that's extraordinary, mate, because you're about one of the only first people in the world I've ever met that's got the same thing that I've got. So what's the worst thing about it for you? What do you find?
Oh, the swelling, the blisters, and the pain.
Right. Is it hard to find good food on the road?
Oh, yeah. It's either fried, in these places like pizza, hamburgers,
Yeah.
pre-made hamburgers.
Fasting, I found fasting works for me, so maybe it'll work for you. And I'm betting my life on it, and I really am betting my life, that this is the way to go.
Willing to bet my life too, you know?
Right, well, let's walk over here and we'll go and get a juice. What I've got is I've got the battery hooked up, and I've got my juicer. Right? And out it comes over here on the other side, right? So come on, you're going to have a go. You've got to push it down, right? So that's not too hard, is it?
That ain't too hard.
And you
took me all about,
probably
2
got
minutes?
power in the truck, have you?
Oh yeah, I can put that power in that much.
Now this stuff will save your life.
Smells good.
It does, doesn't it?
Wow, that's pretty good.
Not bad, is it? It's better than the juice you've been buying in the bottle.
Yeah.
Cheers. Good health.
Yeah.
I would suggest that you eat micronutrient food for 2 months. Then you can do your first fast. And if you want, I'll give you my details. You can call me, I'll talk you through it, help you through it. Now, if you're not down to 210, 220 pounds, I'll eat my hat. It's unbelievable. I can spend 8 years with this illness where I've met maybe 1 or 2, but not exactly the same. And I'm in a bloody truck stop in Winslow, Arizona, and I run into someone. Similar age to me, too. He's at it 4 years. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I tell you what, the smell in here is about to drive me insane.
Of all the foods I think that there is that you can put in front of somebody, hot bread that's fresh baked that smells so wonderful is probably the hardest thing to turn down. It was for me because I was about ready to give up.
Yep. Baked beans. Yep. Do you need anything else right now? No.
And
All right, enjoy.
the ribs, I'm not a meat eater, but let me tell you, those barbecued ribs were really, really looking good. They smelled good.
This ain't good compared to that.
This is a big challenge. This is a challenge that I did not expect to be so tough. I did not realize how weak I am where food is concerned.
G'day, Sion, how are you?
I'm fine, Joe. How are you doing?
I'm feeling pretty good.
You're looking
We're
great.
in, oh, thank you. We're in, you look pretty good too, by the way. I want to hear all about it. How you feeling? Give me the rundown.
I'm feeling really good.
Energy levels mostly up, less fatigued than even when I'm not fasting. I'm not having any headaches whatsoever. So it's really been a wonderful experience.
That's great. I can even tell on the webcam that your face is looking a lot clearer and cleaner and...
I think things are just kind of clearing up all over from head to toe.
She just seemed like everything was out of control for her. And since she's been on this fast, why, things are starting to take shape in her life where she has some control over her weight and her attitude and her sleep, these type of things. She was totally in despair, really, to tell you the truth, about her body and her sleep and her physical. Her spiritual life was good, but her physical life was deteriorating. So that's good news for me and her.
I feel so much different now from when I started. Being healthy, no headaches. That's the best part. It's incredible. I'm not going for skinny, I'm just going for healthy. No regrets, none whatsoever. I'd do it again. In fact, I probably will.
So here I am, on the morning of day 61. I thought what better way to break my fast than 2,000 feet above the earth on a beautiful morning. Up in that balloon, I renewed my commitment to eat nothing but micronutrient food until I was free of my medication. And then the real test. Would I be able to achieve and maintain a life with balance?
60 days?
Here goes. Actually bit my mouth. Out of practice.
So the great news is, back in Australia, 8 weeks since I've been in that balloon, guess what? No medication. That's right. I've been 1 whole week on absolutely no prednisone. It's the best feeling ever. It's just sensational.
The changes I've made are not only helping my body, they're also making a big difference to my mind. I invest my own money in growing businesses, both in the US and here in Australia.
And we found the right guy. We're confident that this guy is the right guy for us.
Hello, Shane Hudson speaking.
Shane, it's Joe. How are you, mate? So what have we got here?
So this is one of the dresses from the collection Spring Summer. What I know, he's never looked so good before. And actually I find that in board meetings now, he thinks so clearly. It's actually quite interesting. I wonder if it's because the food, the intake, it's cleaner, so therefore his thought processes are cleaner. There's definitely a difference.
So there I am, back in Australia, working on the new Joe, the healthier Joe, the happier Joe. I was on top of the world. And then...
You've reached the US cell phone of Joe Cross. Unfortunately, I'm in Australia right now. Please leave a message and I will get back to you. Thanks for calling.
Joe, this is Phil. Is it too late to ask for help? I'm getting tired of looking at myself from here. Together and figure something out. Hope it's not too late.
I just got a really disturbing phone call, and it was Phil Staples, that truck driver I met in Winslow, Arizona, that has the same awful disease condition that I have.
You offer your help, and I'd like to accept it. Give me a call. Thanks, Joe. Bye.
I offered him help, and I've got to do that. I've got to get over there and see what I can do.
Last few years, I've been taking so many pills. It's just amazing. I'm so tired of it. It's just not right. I mean, no energy to even walk. Always in pain because of the weight on my knees and my legs, my back. Don't feel like walking, but I know I should.
So we just got into Sioux Falls, not far from Sheldon. Here to see Phil.
After we talked on the phone, he decided to try a 10-day juice fast.
Yeah, I really think Phil can do the 10 days. He seems very committed. I've spoken to him on the phone a couple of times. He's at the beginning of his journey. Yeah, you got to admire the bloke though. He's taken some time off work. That's not easy. You know, he hasn't got a lot of means, financially that is. He's putting his health first.
How are you, mate? Good to see you, brother. How you doing?
I'm here. I'm ready to go. You look a lot better than the last time we seen you.
You reckon? You see a difference?
Yeah. See a lot big difference. Now I want to get there.
Oh, mate, you'll get here. And this is a mate, true Australian former bought you a present.
Yeah, thanks.
Now this is a, see that's Australian, these are our colours, right? Green and gold are our sporting colours of our country, right? So you've got Australia there, our flag, and then have a look, what do you see on the front there?
Kangaroo.
Hey?
Yeah.
Now, there you go, mate. All right, this is the beginning. Now have a look at the size on it.
2XL.
All right, now what are you normally into?
5XL, 6XL. This
Okay.
is a 6.
All right, so what's this going to be?
A challenge.
The target.
That's right.
This is life or death for you right now, in my view.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this really is.
This really is.
You didn't know me when I was sick, but mate, I'm looking in a mirror here. This is how I was. I wasn't as big as you, but I was on my way.
Isn't it scary when your parents or your relatives or your loved ones start talking to you? And they're asking you whether you want to be buried or cremated because you're big enough that it's going to be tough to bury you. It's going to be expensive to bury you, so they ask about cremation.
For healthy people, doing a 10-day juice fast is fine. But when you're on prescription medication, you need to be supervised by a doctor. We brought Phil in for a full checkup, just to make sure there was nothing else seriously wrong.
What will you be able to tell from that?
if his heart is structurally sound, if he's had any disease or problems with being overweight.
So far, everything was looking good. More tests to go, blood to be taken, and then to the DEXA machine to measure Phil's fat and muscle content.
Hi, I'm sorry, but the weight limit on the table is 350, so you won't fit. The table won't move properly the way it should for your test.
It depresses me when somebody calls me big guy. Be known as Phil again, instead of walking up behind somebody and scaring the tar out of them because they see this rather large, angry-looking man who's not really angry. I'm just in pain.
Go ahead and stand up straight. Okay, 6 foot 1 inch. Weight is 429.6.
What do you do for exercise? Anything right now?
Walk from the truck to the truck stop.
Okay.
Because all this is just too much to carry for me right now. It hurts to walk very far.
Yep, yep. How about your feet and ankles? Have you had a lot of problems with swelling?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's mostly worse on the left foot.
Okay. You're at more risk of getting skin breakdown where you'll get ulcers and stuff that can get infected, just like diabetes. So. You are 429 pounds, which gives you a body mass index, and that's your weight versus your height. And ideally, we like that less than 25. You're at 58, which is in the extreme obesity or morbid obesity. You know, you're almost off the scales for a few more pounds, and I wouldn't have been even able to measure you on this type of scale.
And what's the prognosis if Phil does nothing about anything and just keeps going the way he's going? What do you think he has the unpleasant things to look forward to?
If he doesn't lose weight and keeps going, he'll get diabetes. Your blood pressure will continue to rise, which will require numerous medications to keep it under control. With your family history and your high blood pressure, you will be at risk of having a heart attack. If you have a heart attack and your heart dilates from the heart attack and from your blood pressure, you will eventually not be able to breathe and go into heart failure. If the sleep apnea that you probably have from the weight continues, you're at risk of heart failure, which means then you're on pills to get rid of the extra fluid. You limit your ability to walk any further, and then you're at risk of sudden death because of your weight. You could just not wake up one morning.
Scary.
Phil got the all clear from the doc to start a 10-day juice fast. So it was off to the supermarket to buy some fruit and vegetables. You'll never guess who we bumped into in the car park.
So this is your brother, is it?
It's my brother, Barry.
Barry? Bear? So, mate, what do you think about his current situation, where he's at now?
He needs help. But I think if this works, it'd be good for him.
Has he always been like this?
No. He used to be a little scrawny kid.
So what do you think happened?
Well, that's hard to say because I let myself go too. I mean, I used to be 200 pounds.
Right.
And now I'm up around 300.
Right.
But that's my own fault.
Right.
I don't exercise like I should. I don't eat right. And that's a lot of Phil's problem. He doesn't exercise or eat right. I just hope this works because he needs it.
Now, we're going to go get some groceries.
All right. I just got my ice cream melt.
Okay. See you, mate.
Thank you later, brother.
All the best.
Given that Phil had never done anything like this before, we thought it'd be good to get him away from all temptation. Dr. Badberg suggested Phil should do some exercise, starting off with some light walking and swimming. So we found a great place by the lake.
From my point of view, 10 days is a huge achievement and it'll be a huge win. And you're going to feel, terrific at the end of that. I have no doubt you're going to feel terrific.
Be a good breakfast for juice in the morning to start with.
Well, I used to start with fruit and then just go into vegetables with a touch of fruit sometimes the rest of the day.
Looks good.
That looks good, doesn't it?
It's good to me.
Good luck, mate.